Imagine the sun setting for the final time. Not for the world, but for you. You retreat to your chambers, craving the sweet mercy of the void, but the gates are rusted shut. Your brain, once a sanctuary of dreams, has become a burning archive where the lights never dim. This is the biological betrayal of the PRNP gene, a microscopic fold, a glitch in your very marrow that condemns you to a permanent, waking decay. You are exhausted, yet sleep has been erased from your biology. The biological lie is exposed. You are dying of wakefulness. It begins with a quiet erosion. Perhaps you blame the coffee, the flickering gaslight, or the weight of your own thoughts. But as the clock strikes 3, then 4, and finally dawn, the silence in your skull remains absolute. You have entered the first stage of the biological lie. In a healthy mind, the thalamus acts as the grand gatekeeper of the void, dimming the world so the soul may mend. But within you, a silent corrosion is occurring. A single protein has misfolded, a microscopic rebellion that turns the gatekeeper into a tyrant. By the second month, your exhaustion is no longer a weight, it is a vibration. Your pupils refuse to constrict, fixed in a permanent state of startled awareness. The dream-starved mind begins to leak. You are standing in your study, yet you see the floorboards turning into a dark, undulating sea. This is not dreaming, it is the waking world fraying at the edges. Your heart, once a steady rhythm, now gallops like a panicked horse, driven by an autonomic system that has forgotten how to breathe in the dark. You try to lie down, but the bed feels like a bed of needles. Your muscles twitch with a life of their own, myoclonus, the body's involuntary protest against its own consciousness. You are trapped in the mortal coil, a prisoner in a house where the doors have been removed and the sun is fixed permanently at noon. The intimacy of rest has been replaced by the clinical coldness of a body that is consuming itself. You are not just awake, you are being hollowed out by the very light of your own mind. Let us peel back the parchment of the flesh and examine the machinery of this curse. At the heart of fatal familial insomnia lies a microscopic catastrophe, a single error in the PRNP gene located on chromosome 20. This is not a pathogen from the outside, but a micro-rebellion from within. A single amino acid swap, aspartic acid for asparagine at position 178, produces a protein that is fundamentally broken. We call these prion. They are not alive, yet they possess a dark, infectious intelligence. Like a corrupted line of ink on a pristine map, these misfolded proteins touch their healthy neighbors, whispering for them to warp into their own jagged, useless shape. These clusters of broken code migrate to the thalamus, your brain's grand central station. In a healthy specimen, the thalamus acts as a velvet curtain, dampening the sensory storm so the consciousness may drift into the harbor of sleep. But as the prion accumulate, the thalamus begins to resemble a house riddled with termites. This is spongiform encephalopathy. Microscopic holes bloom in the gray matter until the gatekeeper is dead at its post. The biological lie is that you are still you while your brain is physically becoming a sieve. Without the thalamus to regulate the autonomic system, your body enters a state of permanent, shivering emergency. Your cortisol levels surge to lethal heights. Your blood pressure climbs. Your body has forgotten the very concept of rest and digest. You are a biological engine with a stuck throttle, screaming toward a mechanical failure. You are essentially being incinerated by your own chemistry, unable to cross the threshold into REM or deep sleep. The bridge to the dream world hasn't just been burned, the land on the other side has ceased to exist. The history of this curse is written in the silence of family trees. Long before we had the language of genetics, there were the sleepless ones of Venice. In the late 18th century, a Venetian doctor observed a patriarch of a noble family descend into a madness that medicine could not name. The man did not simply lose rest, he lost the ability to exist in the present. This was the Italian lineage, a bloodline where a silent, biological time bomb waited for the victim to reach their middle years before detonating. For centuries, it was whispered as a private shame, a brain fever that claimed fathers and sons with a terrifying, rhythmic precision. As the disease escalates into its final, most brutal act, the patient enters a state of agrepnia excitata. The body is physically present, but the mind is caught in a permanent twilight. You lose the ability to speak, replaced by a hollow, rhythmic groaning. You lose the ability to walk, your gait becoming a staggering, drunken dance of neurological collapse. Your weight vanishes as if the air itself is consuming your flesh. The body, unable to repair itself through sleep, begins to digest its own structural integrity. The horror lies in the lucid stupor. In these middle months, you are aware that you are vanishing. You see your family mourning you while you are still standing. You are a ghost inhabiting a living corpse. Victorian medicine could offer only opium in dark rooms, but the Prion cares nothing for sedation. You can pump the body full of barbiturates, plunging the brain into a chemical coma, and yet the EEG remains stubbornly, violently active. The brain is screaming in the dark, and there is no hand to turn off the light. To have fatal familial insomnia is to be buried alive within your own nervous system, watching the lid of the coffin close one sleepless minute at a time. The end is not a mercy, it is a mechanical failure. In the final months, the body enters a coma vigil. To the outside observer, you appear to be in a deep, unresponsive stupor. But the EEG tells a different story. The brain is still thrashing, still desperately trying to process a world it can no longer see. You are a biological engine that has lost its off switch, vibrating until the components simply cease. Pneumonia or systemic collapse usually claims the shell before the mind can ever find its rest. You die not from the lack of dreams, but from the sheer, violent exhaustion of being. But here is the most harrowing truth of our dissection: fatal familial insomnia is a mirror. While you may not carry the specific Venetian curse, we are all governed by the same fragile folding of proteins. Every night, you trust your thalamus to let you return from the void. You believe sleep is a natural right, a biological constant. It is not. It is a delicate, high-stakes negotiation that can be revoked by a single, microscopic typo in your genetic code. A single letter out of place, and the sun will never set for you again. We are all walking on a thin crust of inheritance, over an abyss of biological glitches. Your ancestry is a map, yes, but some maps are drawn in disappearing ink, and others lead directly to the edge of the world. The biological lie is the feeling of safety you have when you close your eyes tonight. If you find the architecture of your own decay fascinating, join our congregation of the wakeful. We shall continue to peel back the skin of the mundane to reveal the clinical horror beneath. Subscribe, and let us explore the fraying edges of the human condition together. Welcome to the Moral Coil.